doesn't work.
Hello, viewers. Welcome to another episode of Kboxtv Live. And today, I'm blessed. I'm so blessed to have one of the legends, still a
Macho
living
time.
legend, in the game. He's done it all. He's seen it all. Guys. Today, I'm blessed to have Hector Camacho Jr. on the show. Guys, it's Macho time.
It's macho time.
It's
Hey, brother,
Macho
it's
time.
an honor to be on, man. It's an honor to be on and talk boxing. I guess boxing is universal language. And, I've been down to get on and speak to somebody from the motherland. Because
Right.
after all, Africa is the motherland.
Yeah, Africa is the motherland, and it's very amazing that we had you on the show to talk to the fans and the people that have been following you from Africa. Guys, don't forget we're streaming live on Facebook and we're streaming live on YouTube. And so today we're privileged to have Camacho Jr. on the show. Don't forget to send in your questions, your comments, and everything. Everything and anything you want to know about Camacho Jr., let it in, and then we'll ask him for you. Camacho, once
What's
again,
up, brother?
welcome to Kboxtv.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be on.
First of all, you've been quite out of the scene for a little while. Let the fans get to know what's happening in the space.
Well, boxing, I'm thankful for boxing. Because boxing had given me a lot of things. I got to travel. I got to meet people. I got to open my knowledge, expanded when it comes to the world, because you get to travel. But the other side of boxing is the dirty side, the business side, the exploitation of boxing.
Right.
And that's something, it gets worried after so many years. I've been in this game for a long time. So I've been focusing on my other side, which outside the ring. How to give back, how to use the blessing that God gave me to give back to others. So I'm working with foundations. I'm out there constantly doing my charity work, and staying busy.
Right. Great. We've seen a lot of charitable activities you've been doing across the world, and we're very, very proud of you. That after all the years you have giving us excitement in the ring, you're still going around doing some charitable stuff to people.
I still got my head together. I'm not knocked out yet. Boxing is so brutal. It gets to a point that some fighters we can't even talk. We can't speak. Boxing is a brutal sport. And I also have to bring something up. I want to thank the people I'm working with, Jose Morales, Nelly Collazo. They bring in life insurance and insurance to boxing, to boxers. Because we don't have no retirement fund. We don't have nothing. You go to box, you get beat up. Everybody love the fight. You make money. Once the money finished, you have nothing. It's a brutal sport. We have no retirement. So boxing needs changes.
It's true. So I agree with you. There should be some kind of pension funds, and we're hoping all these things you're saying can happen. So that the guys can retire with some kind of benefits when they can still take care of themselves and their families and all that.
It's a job, brother. It's a job.
Right. True. Let me ask you this real quick, right? Let's talk a little bit about your childhood, because I remember when we used to watch your father. We saw you with the Puerto Rican flag and all that. You understand? Let me take you back. Let me bring some childhood memories back, so that you can just be happy and be proud of yourself. Let's go back a little bit. So let's talk about your childhood. What do you remember when you were a little boy?
Well, I think about a little boy. I think about New York City.
Okay.
I'm proud of where I come from, New York City. It was a rough city.
Right.
Yes, my father was Macho Camacho.
Yeah.
He was boxing on TV.
Right.
But I was living in the hood.
Great.
So my upbringing wasn't easy.
Right.
But people knew who I was, which was great. People used to stop me in the streets from walking. Hey, can I talk to you? You come out, your son. Can I take a picture? I was a little boy. People asked for pictures. But on the other side, when the boys knew who I was, they wanted to challenge me. They wanted to fight. And I come from a rough neighborhood. You have to defend yourself.
Right.
So, it was great. At the same time, it had its realness in this, Yes, I flew to the big fights. I was in a big casino. I was on the plane. I was young. That was great for me. That was a great experience. But at the same time, when all that finished, I had to come home and sleep at night. And I'm back in the grind, in the ghetto,
Right.
And it was like, really realizing that, wow, it was a dream. Right. He was like a superhero, so to speak.
One thing I found intriguing is like your dad was called the Macho, and you was Machito.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you know, it's always if somebody's name is Frenchie. This is little Frenchie. So for
yeah,
us,
right, right,
Macho and Machito.
right.
But now since my father's gone, I'll hold that legacy. Me and my
Okay,
other three brothers. He left by three other brothers, you know. So
right,
we hold that legacy to give back. But what a blessing.
right, right.
Little Macho.
Great, great. Little macho, little macho. Come on. I mean, where before we came on live, we were having a conversation about 4 hours back. I mean, we were talking about, I mean, trying to get some boxers out in Panama to do some, you know, some up to get some
Yes.
amateur boxers there. I mean, I want you to talk to that, and then we'll continue from there.
Yeah, I'm in Panama now. Like I said, you know, the privilege of being a boxer, you get to travel the world, you see different things, you know.
Right,
I have yet went to the motherland yet.
right,
I've been dying to go. But I plan to go to Mecca one day. But long story short, I'm here
right,
in Panama and it's international. Back in Panama, back in days in boxing, there was some world competition. It was called the Panamanian Games. You had different countries coming in. So
right,
I'm seeing that boxing is changing. Boxing is no longer a sport; it's a business,
right,
and we're missing the good old days. The amateur suffers. So
right.
I'm planning on doing an event,
Mm-hmm.
getting sponsors, Rob. You know, just COVID, you know, put a hold to everything. But
Right.
a world boxing tournament called the Macho Cup in honor of
Okay.
Hector Macho Camacho. I was gonna reach out to countries, see who wants to get involved, make it international, and get
Right.
sponsors involved and get backup. But that's just ideas that I have, and I pray to Allah, I pray to God come up. I'm in that position right now that I could maybe post some streams get done.
Right.
And I would love to bring five from Africa, not just Africa, from Guyana. I want to know what's the secret of the guy of people from Ghana. All your champions been solid. Ozuma Nelson, I Corte. I mean, you have solid champions.
Right.
Romy Nasalongo is another solid champion who just lost.
Right.
You have a
Right.
secret out there. You're tough fighters.
We have very tough fighters, and they'll be very excited to jump on the show on the Camacho Cup. I mean, it's something I'm really looking forward to because I mean, you know, it's like you're saying, we're missing out a lot on the good old amateur days where the boxers would go for amateur competitions, compete, and come back, and you know, with bigger expectations going into the professionals. What do you think exactly is missing that is making
The
amateur
what?
boxing go down?
You know, amateur boxing. I don't know if I left the games in 1996. I'm into Olympic trials, representing the United States. So
Mm.
during that time, it was still decent. Now, I don't know if it's a business now, but we have to focus back on the young kids. They're the future of boxing. And you
Right.
see now, most of the Olympians are coming out winning titles in 13, 14 fights. They're getting
Right.
groomed. I don't know how boxing is in Guyana. It must be rough.
Mm.
But we need to groom fighters. They need to bring fighters from Guyana out to other countries, you know,
Right.
and vice versa. Bring other type of fighters to your country for your
Mm.
fighters to see different styles. Boxing it varies in styles. So bring the Macho Cup is something I want to do, and unite different countries and see the future prospects. And I think it'd be something good for the youth, good for boxing itself.
Assalamu alaikum. I said that because I know
Walaikum assalam, alaikum
you're
salam.
now a Muslim. I mean, what made you become a Muslim?
You know what? It wasn't a choice. I was going through some hard times. I came here to Panama. I was fighting with my girlfriend. That was my wife. I had a big fight with her. So I left the place and I moved to a hotel. When I got to the hotel, I was praying. And when I was young, I went to a Catholic school. So I grew up
Right.
Catholic. Then from that, I became a Christian. And then,
Right.
I prayed to God, give me directions. The next morning, I went jogging. I would take my morning run. That's something about me as a boxer. I wake up every morning and I go jogging. Now, unless it's raining, I can't go out. But I go jogging every day. I love to run. It's good for the mind. But long story short, I was running by a majib. I didn't know it was a majib at that time. I asked the guy outside. I said, hey brother, what they singing? It was about 5-7 in the morning. I asked the guy, what they singing in there? Like, what is this place? He said, no, they praying. I said, can I see? I asked him, can I see? He opened the door and I seen them like on the floor. Oh, what they doing? This is a majid. So what's a majid? He explained to me. That way I left. I went jogging. And the next day, I bumped into a friend who knew about the faith, and he gave me a book of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And I read the book, and and doing reading the book is something that came to me that I felt I'm in the right step. Nobody had to tell me. Nobody had to convince me. I just felt it on myself. My conscience told me like I'm on the right line. I just kept on, and me being a good person naturally, following the way of Islam, it's no problem really. It's be a good person, do
Great,
good deeds, love your brothers.
great, great. Oh,
2009, from there on since, man, alhamdulillah.
all right, great. I mean, it's a very beautiful story, and I like the fact that you found something that touched your heart, and then you followed it. I mean, it's and yeah, and assalamu alaikum again, real quick. I mean,
Walaikum
let's
assalam.
yeah. Now let me take you back. There's some memorable moments of every boxer, right?
Yeah,
Some would be the time that they won their the first title and all that. But me, I want to take you to the first fight, your first ever professional fight. You fought Leo Martinez. I mean, that fight, the first time that you left the dressing room, that your name was mentioned, and then you start moving towards the ring. What was going through that mind, like your mind around that time?
that was something I always wanted to do. So I finally got here. But what was crazy about it is having a father like the one I had, Macho Camacho. He was the main event. I fought in the undercard. It was a TV fight. So I had a
Right.
big fight going on. My pop just kept on talking to me like, "Hey, don't go out there and lose." He would give me, he would motivate me, but the wrong way. Don't go out there and get beat up. You on TV. You gotta look
Right.
good. You gotta look macho. Like he'll be
Right.
pushing me, but the wrong way. I'm on TV, so I remember it was no record. I remember I got the job done. I got cut the first fight for my headbutt, and I kept
Oh,
on and fought. And the next day I was on the papers, and that felt good. Like I'm here.
right. Right. But did you feel some kind of pressure, like from your dad when he was telling you that? I mean, don't lose. Did he put you some kind of put you under pressure?
I used to hate that, man, but that's my father.
Right.
What's funny? When I didn't become a boxer because I wanted to become world champion. I became
Right.
a boxer. I want to be known for myself.
Right.
And during my whole life, people said, "Oh, that's Camacho's son. Camacho's son." I didn't want that. I wanted to be known as Camacho Jr. Yeah, he
Mm.
fights too. He's good. I wanted that. So when I got to boxing, that was my point. And there was a fight I fought on HBO. I fought Rocky Martinez on HBO. And my father was on my undercard. For me, that was my world title. That was my goal that I
Great.
accomplished.
Great. Congratulations. And I mean, you did great winning that world title. Great. Really,
Yeah.
really great. Now, I mean, one fight I want us to focus on that everybody have been asking me ever since I posted online that I'll be talking to you was your fight against Jesse James Layla in 2001. You know what? I've
Wow.
watched the tape
Africa
many.
talks about that, man. That's crazy. That's a
Yeah,
fight that haunted me. Everybody talks about it. You know how many times me and Leigh, how we became buddies. We chat on Facebook. I call him up for, we talk back and forth. And I've been trying to get Leigh back in that ring since that fight. I asked
right,
Nelson Long. I said, "Listen, I offer you 100,000. Let's fight." No, I'm retired. That's a fight everywhere I go. I'm haunted. It was a decision. And let me be honest. People saw Camacho got out the ring and he made 600,000. It was a headbutt. During that
right,
time, it was a headbutt. And remember, I couldn't see well on this side. Like, I can't see from this side. So he kept on. He went to the scorecard. No one go to the scorecards. We was up. If
right,
it was a punch, then I'm forced to fight. I know the rules. I was born in boxing. So what I did
right,
was I let it go to the scorecard, and to this
right,
day, that haunted me. That fight, man, trying to get over. I had the
right.
money in my pocket. Let me get out. Those are little things. Those are little things that you learn in boxing. If you savvy enough, you gotta know the ropes. You gotta learn certain things in boxing. You
Right,
gotta know
right,
contract. The problem we got in boxing too is us fighters. We're not educated. We come from the slumps. We come from the hood. We don't read. So they take advantage of us. We gotta get more smartened up in the boxing sense of things. Us fighters and know the
great.
business.
Right. I mean, I'm very glad you could respond to that because immediately I posted that I was going to speak to you. Those are the questions that were coming through. Like, I want to know, I want to know, I want to know.
Ask him now. I'll kick his ass now. I'll kick his ass now and back then. And I was winning the fight. Shit.
Right. I mean, but I mean, I mean, your career, right? Your career has been one of the has been very successful. You have your fair wins and some losses and a couple of draws. I mean, in all the fights, which one was the memorable one? Like you always sit down asking yourself, like, man, this fight was a real fight.
I'm ready to go back. The only one I go back was fucking Leha. I should have went ahead and kept on fighting and kicked his ass. I had a big money fight right after that with Tiro Gatti.
Right. I mean, I just had a comments coming in from the fans. One of the guys said, I mean, that was the first boxing match I ever watched with my dad. So you can see,
oh, man.
From Leroy.
Leroy, God bless you. God bless you. Find me on Facebook and send me a message. Hector Camacho Jr. Find me on Facebook and send me a message.
Great. I mean, Camacho, I mean, you're doing something with a lot of charitable things around the world. Which one would you want to talk about now?
You know, I'm here in Panama, and I was raised in the United States, and I had a boys' club. It was a place, a center where the kids go after school, and you know they're out of the streets and they get to play academics. They get to whatever they want to do. They can paint, if they want to study, if they want to go to a pet shop, play with a pet, if they want to play game board, they want to play basketball. And we also get a meal, get to eat. So it was a place that I grew up in, I was raised in, I loved. And I come to Panama and I ask the kids, I ask the people in Panama, what's there to do for the kids out here? Nothing. Just school, that's it. And boxing gyms, there ain't that many boxing gyms. But Panama had a lot of champions. So my aim is to bring a boxing gym and be like an academy. A boxing academy.
Okay.
So I mean, that's the project I'm working on now.
Great. For us in Africa, I mean, we would want to see Camacho Jr. here in Africa box. Is that possible?
It's possible. Hell yeah, it's possible. Call me up. Even if it's an exhibition, I wouldn't mind. Give it similar, I wouldn't mind. That's the motherland.
All right. To every promoter, every promoter out there watching it, you just heard from Hector Camacho Jr. himself. He's open to fighting, even if it's an exhibition down in Africa, anywhere in Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, anywhere, Congo, Uganda, anywhere. You know, he's ready. But and for me,
if it's a good fighter, give me 3 months in advance.
Oh, okay. For me, I didn't want to see the rematch. You know, the rematch, a fight that you want to see yourself.
What would I like to see?
No, I'm saying, it's for me. I mean, I would love to see that rematch between you and Jesse, You understand, Jesse Layla.
I asked Jesse, he didn't want to fight no more. But maybe exhibition, that's something we could do. Go in the ring, 4 rounds, 5 rounds, 6 rounds. He's in shape. I mean, I'd love to do it. And we could do it out there, definitely. At the same time, get back.
Right. But do you still believe you can achieve more in boxing with your age?
Yes. I'm trying to come back. I stay active. Like this morning when you called me, I was in the gym. Not my gym, which is a jogging and training here. Everything closed here in Panama. We strict on COVID-19. It's strict out here. But I was working out.
Okay.
And I stay in shape. I got called for a fight recently to fight James Kirkland, which I signed the contract saying that I would fight him. Now we're negotiating, get the fight on the way. James Kirkland one time was he was a killer. Nobody wanted to fight James Kirkland. He fought Canelo. Got knocked out. That was his mainly big fight. But when James Kirkland was coming up, he was a killer. And, you know, like I said, I'll fight anybody. Just give me time. Give me the right time. I'm a born fighter.
Well, where would this fight be? Would it be in Panama or it would be in
it'd be in Texas. We're trying to get down in Texas. Something I have over other people is speed. Something I have over a lot of people is experience in boxing. My IQ is great. I was born in boxing. I still have great legs to move with speed, and I have a power. I'm not a punch fighter. I haven't been in draws.
Right.
I'm a smart fighter. You know what? I got cut. Okay, what is it? A headbutt? Scorecards. If it was a punch, I had to grab my balls. Let's fight to the end. I ain't gonna lose tonight. You know, so I've been through a lot in boxing.
Right. I mean, when we started the interview, you mentioned of how boxers are not being some of them are not being smart and some of them not having enough passion after boxing. What do you think that, in your opinion, you think that this boxer should do for them? Assuming it stays like this for life, assuming the sport it stays like this, and there are a lot of young fighters who look to people like Hector Camacho Jr. and all that, and from coming, words coming from you would inspire this kid and this maybe a professional still fighting, all right, who still looks up to your name because of what you've achieved in boxing. What would you tell this kid or this person?
You know, boxing, it's whatever. But let me say it like this: we all not blessed with we all not educated, book smart. No, at all. Not all of us, but we all have a special talent that Allah gives us. He give us a blessing. Everyone has a blessing.
Right.
Follow that blessing. If you creative, if you like to draw, follow that. Like same thing, you know, if you're a fighter, if you tie after fighting, you got a job, yeah, but you still can work on the side and hustle. But as a fighter, when I come back, it's never too late. If you believe in yourself, only you know deep inside where you at. Damn, I've been punched too much. Oh, I don't got my legs no more. Oh, I don't have my speed no more. You know, it's time for you to go. Be real with yourself. As young fighters, invest in yourself. Read, learn, get the internet, look up fights, watch fights, work on your weakness, work on your strength. You gotta eat boxing. It's not just going to the ring and jog. You gotta read, come home, listen to boxing, watch fights, listen to interview. It's about marketing yourself at the same time. You gotta market yourself. Let's say you're a funny person, make people laugh. Let's say you're a mean person, go out there and look mean and knock everybody out. It's about marketing yourself, giving people a reason why to see you.
Great. I'm sure. The like I'm saying, some moments of every person has this moment that they always cherish, and yours would definitely be when you won your first world title. I mean, how was the treatment back home and in USA?
When I won my first title, when I got back, first 10 that world title, my first title when I got back, I felt like, wow, I achieved something. When I got back home, man, yeah, what's up, champ? Everything changed from Machito or Junior to what's up, champ? Not more Machito. It was more, what up, champ? I got the more respect now. It feels good, you know, and I want to, that's why I do a lot of traveling. I have to share to youth anything possible. I came from the hood in New York City, where my hallway smell like piss, where you find crack bottles and all kind of injections to the streets. I come from that, you know, and that's where I come from. And if we made it, my father becoming a legend. What he accomplished, I don't compare myself to. But I thank Allah, I got my own gift, my own action, and I've achieved my own things. If we made it from where we come from, anybody can make it.
Right.
And we didn't know English. We were Latino. My father Latino from Puerto Rico. We lucky we didn't have Trump at that time. Shit, my father lucky he didn't have Trump during those times, you know? Fuck, man.
Great. I'm having so much fun, guys. If you're also having so much fun, I mean, you can throw in your questions. We have, Hector Camacho Jr. right on the show. You know, we don't get to have these moments like this. I mean, his like you said, he's still fighting.
Let me ask you another question, brother. It's something I asked myself too. And I'm not friends with Floyd Mayweather, but we gotta give the guy credit, man. What he accomplished in boxing is sure excellence and greatness. We gotta give him that credit, of course. Remember me messaging him years ago, saying, "Yeah, you should go on a tour, fight in every country, give back to the fans."
Right. Great. I mean, definitely have to give back to the fans, and I mean, Hector Camacho, we're so excited. Let me take a question from the fans so that you can respond to that. He said, boxing should definitely have life insurance. It's a fact. It's coming from Gerard Bishop. And we also have another comment coming in from Steven Berrera. He said he's been a fan of your father since he was a junior lightweight, and you are also one of his biggest fans. And both of you
God bless you.
fighters.
God bless you. Find me on Facebook, brother.
Right. I mean, I linked up with Robert, and then he mentioned that, I mean, he's going to get you on the show, and I was very excited. And yeah, it's been an amazing time with you. What should we be expecting from Camacho in the
Well,
near
you know,
future?
I got a couple of things I'm working outside the ring. I got a Macho Time book that's coming out. That my
Okay.
father, you know, it's about my father's life growing up. It's called Macho Time. Have that coming
Okay.
out. We also work on the film project, the movie. So that's in there in the projects. I'm
Mhm.
training now for a tune-up fight in Mexico, September
Okay.
5th, and then we look at James Kirkland for October, late October. So I'm staying busy with that. You know, just staying busy, man. I'm looking, do foundation, give back in Panama by doing
Right.
the Macho Cup amateur tournament. So just just staying busy, man. Staying busy, staying busy.
Right.
That's the best I could do. While we alive, keep marching forward. Don't
Right.
stop.
Right. How's the family?
Family great, man. Thank God, man. You know, I've been in the house with them for a long time, and I
Thanks
feel
to
like we just
coronavirus.
yeah. Now I got to know them a little better, and they're using me like a puppet. Go clean this, pick this up, grab that, cut this. They just using me right now, but
I
clean
know.
your
I
own
know.
plate, cut the grass. God damn, they bossing me around at home.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, I can't wait to get back out to the public, man.
Now that you're still actively fighting and you haven't retired, which fighter would you really want to fight?
I would love to fight Chavez Jr. I know it's a mismatch on weight, but that's a fight that I always wanted out. A couple times we talked about it. I want to get it done. I was willing to go up and wait and take the fight. Then we started talking about his brother Omar Chavez. Omar Chavez didn't want to fight. So I mean, I really wanted to fight Chavez, because his father be my father. So I asked him to have a Susan Chavez, a Ricky Chavez, any Chavez I will fight. But if I have to
Right,
pick a fight right now, it'd be a top though. I'll have to try out a Thomas Carter if I can make 147. Earl Spence. Those are the kind of fights that it's all about challenge.
right,
It's all about
right.
taking a risk, and I believe I'm blessed with talent, and I still have it at my age. Listen,
Right,
brother. George Foreman became world champion at the age of 45 years old. Bernard Hopkins became champion at 48, 49. I still
right,
believe.
right, right. I mean, Pacquiao was active, was in action against K-Tem, and nobody gave him the credit for it. They thought he was going to lose, but then at age 40, he came in strong and then he won the fight. So I believe in what you're saying.
Yeah, but I don't want to talk bad about boxing. But I'm gonna bring up a subject that's very sensitive to a lot of people. Very sensitive. Boxing, they allow a lot of shit. They find them been tested positive, getting doped up, and becoming superheroes in the ring to now the fight, and nobody says nothing. Everybody stay quiet. It's a business. It happens so many times. How many times you see fighters get banned for fucking? I'm sorry, excuse my language. For taking
Yeah,
kind of, you get a fighter like myself who don't make weight, they want to kill you.
I understand. I understand.
But boxing, is more of a business than a sport, man. And boxing has to change. I mean, boxing going either way right now. We lose a lot to UFC. We lose a lot to MMA. Those are real fights.
Right, right, right. Great. I mean, we have 2 minutes to end the show. Camacho Jr., what would you want to be remembered for?
The good on this earth. I don't, the good on the earth of the good man that I was. And at the end of the day, I look forward to the day of judgment when I'm questioned about all I've done on this earth, and look at the skills. Hopefully, my skills are more good, a lot more good than bad. And that's just gonna leave a legacy behind. Like I said, at the age of 42, I mean, at 40 years old, I can't have too much. I can't have too much. I accomplished in my life. I thank Allah, but I think Allah blessed me enough to. I'm still choosing. I was here to do something. So grab one more title and say bye to boxing, and know him as a good person and help out the max. How about master the people and spread the word how great God is, and giving everybody an example. Look, at 41 years old, 42 years old, I did it. Thank God. That's all we like to do.
Before you go, yeah, there's one thing happening in boxing now which I would want to get your opinion on. Good old days. I mean, the time you started fighting 18 years ago. Sorry, I mean when you were 18 years. I mean, the best fought the best. We could find the best
Mm-hmm.
fighting the best and all that. But now everybody's trying to, cut, choose different opponents and making us mess up on some of the best fights that we would ever want to see. Maybe we'll not even see them at all. What
Mm.
do you think about them?
Listen, I'm with the fighters as far as I mean. Nowadays and age, you could pave your way to a title if you do it a smart way. I mean, if you have a champion, a champion breed become a champion in a couple of years, don't rush him and get him killed. That happens to a lot of fighters. They were promising. They put him in there too soon. Vargas and Trinidad. I mean, it happens every time too soon. This is a tough sport. If you can maximize it and make your money, pave your way. But sooner or later, you're gonna have to face the top boys. I mean, you can have 2 fights, you can pave your way, but sooner or later, you gotta fight real fighters.
Right. Thank you very much for coming on the show, Hector Camacho Jr.
This is Macho
excited.
time.
I mean, I can't wait to
we stay in touch,
see you
brother.
in
For the
Africa
Macho
or
Cup.
see you fight in USA or Panama, maybe. I mean,
yeah, we can do a lot of things. I would love to go to Africa, brother. Make it happen. It's Macho time.
Right, there are a lot of promoters watching the show. Come on, I'm gonna pick it up and have a conversation with some few promoters that I know NCI is gonna go. And we wish you well. We hope to, get you back on the show and talk about, your blessings and how things are going to be after. Boxing and all that. All right, we wish you well.
Everybody, believe in yourself. Anything is possible. Believe in yourself. Wake up with a purpose and follow your dreams. Dreams are meant to be, dreams are dreams, but you can accomplish them. Just work hard and believe in yourself. Everything and anything is possible if you be led by the Creator. Everybody have a good time. It's Macho time. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And there's it from Camacho himself. He says, believe in your dream and work hard for it. Guys, I just ended the show with Hector Camacho Jr., one of the legends, and still fighting and boxing. I'll be back here, God willing, Wednesday with another guest. Who knows? It could be anybody. It could be you watching the show. All you need to do is just hit me up, send me a private message on Kboxtv, and then we'll have that conversation and see what you do in boxing, and then we'll put you on. Don't forget to subscribe to Kboxtv on YouTube, all right, and like our page. Don't forget to share the video for us to reach as many people as possible. Come on, this is our sport. This is what we love, and this is what we want to talk about. Be part of it and be part of greatness. Until Wednesday, have a good night.